Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Today I want to talk about my current Atlas farming strategy, which is like a Delirium, Searing Exarch kind of cemetery farm. And for me, it is always like the most important thing, or there's actually two things that I think are like very important when it comes to like farming strategy. First of all, and this is in my opinion the most important one, do you have fun doing what you're doing, right? This is for me like the most important thing. And is your build capable of farming that in a good manner, basically, right? So I never compare any farming strategies like, oh, is this better than expedition farm? Is expedition better than delving? Is delving better than something else? These are the things that I personally don't mind. I'm a big fan that just says like, as long as you're playing the game, you're gonna make your currency, right? So just find something that you like to do, and if you find that, you're gonna make currency just by default, right? And the way I built this one up is, first of all, I've been running Crimson Temple or Defiled Cathedrals in hope to find an Apothecary card for the past like 3 leaks or something, or even 4 leaks when the card got released. And honestly, I'm getting kind of tired of like Crimson Temple, even though I think it's still the best map with all the divination cards like Apothecary, the Enlighten cards, I think in the 7 years bad luck, the Empower card. There's like so many good and valuable divination cards. It is a good layout, and the boss is good as well. Like, you know, going into a map, killing the boss that doesn't have like different phases or immunity phases. You just go in. If you have good DPS, you just one-shot the boss and just continue moving on, right? This time around, I decided to go for Cemetery because of the newly introduced divination card, which is Brother's Gift. It's the same as Brother's Stash, don't get confused. I know a lot of people think that the card actually just got converted, but it's not, okay? There are 2 different cards. Brother's Stash gives you 5 Exalts, Brother's Gift gives you 5 Divines. I have been running this like, or at least I started this one yesterday, so I have not dropped either of. But it's just my RNG, right? So the way I built this one up is to go for Delirium, as well as like just classic map sustain, Searing Exarch, Essences, and some Shrine in there, right? So for me, I really like to do like, or have multiple sources of income. What that means is, while I'm grinding the map, I get multiple sources of income, with that being, for example, if we talk about Essence. So Essence is something a lot of people are running, you know, you just click those, you just bulk them up, and at some point you're gonna have a shit ton of essences that you can easily bulk sell either on the trade website or on TFT. So, or at least the TFT bulk selling tool, right? Then Delirium, I think, is pretty cool just because there is like three types of currency that you can make, right? First of all, the classic currency in the map, which is like all the Delirium rewards that you're gonna just get, right? And with the different nodes, you have like chance of getting multiple rewards. When you kill the map boss, you get like 1 stage higher of rewards. So there is a lot of currency to be made just by the pure Delirium. The next thing would be that you're gonna produce a lot of simulacrums because of the splinters that you're getting and on top of that is the deli orbs that you can sell in bulk once you're starting to farm a couple of days without selling anything, right? So we got deli orbs, simulacrums, as well as the loot from the Delirium itself, which I think is pretty good. Then next thing would be Searing Exarch. I think Searing Exarch is the better choice of those two. I know we're missing out on a potential Divine Shrine, which happened to me one single time last league, and this was like one of the best maps I've ever run. But chances like it's very rare chance to actually find a Divine Shrine. Maybe it happens once or twice an entire league, and I don't want to count on that. And Searing Exarch just produces a lot of bubblegum currency, Chaos Orbs, Val Orbs, Sextants, Chisels, like whatever, like bubblegum currency we're talking, right? You're gonna stack them up quite heavily. On top of that, since we're running Searing Exarch, we're also gonna produce the invitations, right? So you're gonna, like, every, I don't know, like 14 maps, you're gonna get like the Polaric Invitation, and the every 28 would be the Incandescent for the Searing Exarch. And if you're building into those, you actually have chances to get like double progress towards the Searing Exarch. So I would say, like, I don't know, you run like a 15 maps or so, and you're gonna get the Incandescent Invitation that also sells for half a divine, I think, or 0.4 at the moment. I think that this is like one of the things, I would assume that like 70% of players do actually run the red side, or even more than that. So that means that the blue side based on the invitations and the stuff that drops might be more valuable, but as I said, Searing Exarch just drops so much bubblegum currency, and at some point you can just like bulk sell all of these, and it is like some very good sustain. On top of that, I like to take shrines just because, you know, getting this like double shrine effect, a speed shrine, a gloom shrine, for example, immunity shrine even, doesn't really matter. I think shrines are always like very good, especially if your build doesn't have the highest DPS. You know, one shrine buff can actually carry you through the entire map. So, and on top of that, we run singular focus to try to get a lot of like cemetery maps back, and if it's a map that is not cemetery, they will just disappear or at least get converted into currency, right? So I had like 2 divine drops yesterday just flat while mapping. So as I said, we're gonna have a lot of bubblegum currency. I made actually a list here: Polaric and Incandescent Invitation. We're gonna have the Delirium rewards, the Deli orbs, and the simulacrums, as well as the essences, and we're farming that in an environment that can potentially drop you a Brother's Gift card for an extra 5 divines. And yeah, on top of that, we just blocked out every single other league mechanic besides like Delirious. Good. The Atlas tree is in the description below. Let's just run a map so you see how that one looks like. I'm still playing my Captain Mary class or Captain Ray class build, Spectre Shield Throw, having so much fun with it. On top of like enjoying this like kind of like farm, right? And I hope this map is not gonna be screwed. So I'm currently farming up currency to make like a 1000 energy shield, what is it, Emperor's Vigilance shield. So I'm still like farming. I got the base ready. It's just about like getting currency, buying split beasts, and merge crucible and stuff like that until we finally can replace this actually pretty garbage shield with only like a 250 ES. So sadly we have not gotten any Deli Mirror of Delirium here. But we're still gonna run the map, just so you see a little bit of the build showcase that I'm currently playing. It's like with Vengeance Cascade, I honestly think that Spectre Shield Throw is like so much fun to play. Like all these like bouncing shields, and once you get like this shrine that gives you like double attack and something like that, or even a speed shrine, you're gonna have like hundreds of projectiles at the boss. So this is, I think it's like a very cool thing. Especially when it comes to like Deli farming, like there is so many monsters like randomly spawning, but my shield is bouncing off like not only do is it like coming back from Vengeance Cascade, as soon as I hit something it splits into 3 different projectiles that chain each other and leave like multiple shards when they explode. And since I'm dead eye, even if I shoot against terrain or something, there's a chance that it just bounces back. So yes, you kind of have to aim, but you literally only have to hit one single monster, and this thing is just bouncing left and right, and it's just like so much fun to play. Like, I really enjoy it. So if you are looking to or for a build that is actually quite fun to play, I can definitely encourage you to try out Spectre Shield Throw. I'm doing a lightning based version based on the new Spectre Shield Throw crucible modifier, but like a cold version or a pure fist impale version or something like that will work wonders as well. But I don't know, like, PoE is still not updated, and I still don't know how much DPS I currently have. Let's put down our Sharknado and, like, penetrate the boss with a couple of shields, and there we go. So this is basically, the map layout is, like, pretty wide open, so it's perfect for any kind of, like, projectile-based build. So Ice Shot, Lightning Arrow, anything that's, like, projectile with Vengeance Cascade in a wide open layout is just... it's just super fun to play, and I just decided to go Spectre Shield Throw. Haven't played this in a while. Got massively buffed a couple leagues ago. And yeah, really having a good time. So this is like the map. It would be a little bit more interesting when it actually would have the Deli Mirror on top. But as I said, with my build, the spread cleave is just literally insane, and yeah, having a good time. Alright, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna like continue farming, making currency, and then putting the build to the next stage so I can actually make an update video. Not a lot has changed since my first video about this build, where we just go over the theory part, what is planned for the build. I did make a few upgrades, but I wouldn't say it's necessarily like, you know, not like the kind of guy that does like 2 upgrades and then says like, oh, here is a new video, I just got like 100k increased DPS, and that's pretty much it, right? I did get a nice sexy Ventur's Gamble ring, and the last purchase that I've made was a Timeless Jewel over here with quite some double damage, but the big thing would be the shield. So this Kite Shield turns into the Emperor's Vigilance. So I'm currently like, at least I bought the base and now I'm farming currency to actually get all the good notes that I need to then chance it into the Emperor's Vigilance and probably get like 20 times more currency, like more damage out of my build. But it's something for the future. One thing I want to note here, I'm actually having a rough time sustaining maps, even though I'm chiseling my map, so it's like a bit, like not really juice, but I'm chiseling the maps, as well as running all 4 Shaping Valley, or Shaping for the extra plus tier and chances for additional map drops and singular focus. But I'm thinking, like, since the map sustain is not really there for some reason, maybe I was just unlucky yesterday, but I'm actually thinking of removing singular focus, removing all these like shaping things, and go into my classic let the map boss drop something on top of that, which would be synthesized maps, Shaper and Elder maps, as well as Conqueror maps, right? And if I have unlocked these, I could maybe go for the Enduring Influence for the additional Sextant, go use Sextants as well, and just farm like Guardian and yeah, Guardian maps overall for the additional income, because Guardian maps, I think they sell for not too bad actually. I think those Conqueror maps like 25C. Seems like it's not loading right now, but I think they're like 25C for every Conquer map, and I think like 15C or something for every Guardian, Elder Guardian or something. And if you get a Cortex, that's also like 0.5 Divines or 0.7 Divines. So you would get this as additional source of income on top of that. And I played this kind of like Guardian sustain kind of strategy last league and the league before that. And I think like for an Alcan Go, just having like multiple sources of income makes the mapping feel a lot better. Because if you would farm, like, let's say you farm Crimson Temple and the only thing you want to really get is an Apothecary and you're not dropping one, it just gets you like frustrated, right? But with this kind of strategy, having like multiple sources of income, whether it's like daily, whether it's like Searing Exarch invitations, if it's Guardian map, Elder Guardian, maybe synthesized maps, the daily rewards on top, the bulk selling of essences, and so many things that you're just mapping, and you can just see the wealth growing. And this is, I think, a pretty cool and neat strategy to do so. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.